Sachin sir,
Yes, ma'am.
shall we start?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So very good afternoon to all the participants. Welcome to the day one, session 3 on financial modeling using advanced Excel. We have our esteemed resource person, Dr. Sachin Mittal, sir, with us. So Dr. Sachin Mittal has 18 years of working experience in teaching financial analysis, planning, and research. Under his guidance, 6 candidates have been awarded by their doctoral degree. Dr. Mittal is the recipient of Best Teacher Award for the year 2012 by PIMR Indore and the Best Faculty Award for the year 2017 by Jaipuria Institute of Management Indore. He has attended several national and international conferences in India and abroad and presented his papers. He has many international and international publications to his credit. He has also been the editor of 3 books. He has developed a number of management case studies on Indian companies, which have been published in IB publication, Case Center, journals, and in case monographs. He is also a corporate trainer and conducted many training sessions on various topics of finance. His area of interest include financial management, financial derivative, risk management, financial modeling, financial accounting, and many more. So we welcome you, sir, on behalf of STTP. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Neha. I welcome you all the participants on this first day and third session of this second phase of STTP Financial Analytics. Before we move forward, I would be happy if participants would share their expectations from this workshop. What are your expectations? So if being an organizer, being a resource person, we will be happy if you share what are your expectations.
Participants.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Dinesh K. I'm a faculty and research scholar here. So I'm looking here to learn about how to practically implement in the research paper and use in my research work the kind of topics that you have been discussing, particularly the interesting thing what I can see out the third topic, which I can try to learn in the Excel or in the other sources and apply in the research paper. So that is where basically I'm looking forward in terms of learning from this session, sir.
Right, Dinesh ji.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Dinesh ji. So on very last day of this workshop, we have a session, and the resource person will be the Dr. Vinay Goyal, who would explain that whatever you will learn in these 5 days, the various tools that you can apply, and you can write a good quality research paper. And on a very last day, he would explain you what should be the content in a good quality research paper, and what should be a process, what should be how to write a paper to follow the process so that your paper can be published in a good quality journals like AVDC category of journals. So I hope your expectations would be fulfilled in these 6 days. Any other participant would like to share their expectation? Okay. Normally from the financial analytics, the word came in our mind. We think that we should understand some tools, we should understand some advanced softwares, and therefore with that objectives, this workshop is planned. In this 6 days workshop, you would have an idea how to use the software R. The first session you have already attained. You have understand the basics of the R software. You would also understand the advanced level software like SPSS. Then further, you would also understand a lot of analysis we can do it in Excel. So even Excel is also incorporated in this workshop. And I hope in next 6 days, you would understand what is the concept of financial analytics, how to use these softwares, and how to write a good quality research paper. Not only how to write a good quality research paper. In fact, I hope after these 6 days, you would be able to get a lot of material which will help you in your classroom teaching, and your even classroom teaching would be better. So the finally student will be benefited. I am hoping that. So with that objective, this first day, I am starting this third session. Before I move forward, some good words to share before we proceed further.
So, excuse me, Sachin sir.
Yes,
Sorry to
ma'am.
interrupt you. There is one more statement given by one of our participants, Dr. Leena. So she wants to say that we would like to include financial analytics into syllabus for in order to have better industry preparedness.
Right, Leena ji. I also hope that after 6 days completion of this workshop, you would have a lot of content, so you can prepare a new syllabus, new electives which you can float in your institute. And of course, this is the era of analytics. On financial analytics can be one another elective or one of the specialization which you can float in the second year, or it can be also a separate course which you can float it. And I hope that you will get lot of materials, lot of contents related to the financial analytics, and you would be able to float a course related to the financial analytics. So something interesting, everything has been thought before, but the problem is to think of it again. कई बार हम बहुत कुछ सोचते हैं, but the problem is to rethink and rethink and rethink. Concepts without perceptions are empty, but perception without concepts are blind. All models are wrong, but definitely some models are useful, explained by George Box. And with that assumption, we understand and we learn the models, because we know that all models cannot be a very good model, but definitely few models can be very useful model. So I welcome you once again in this third session, first day, financial modeling using Excel. Let's explore the world of financial modeling with Excel. Modeling financial decisions through Excel. Two things are very, very important. Number one, good understanding about the finance. Definitely, if you want to develop the financial modeling, the first you should have a very good knowledge of finance. And second, because you want to develop these models using some softwares, using some tools, so you should have a good knowledge of that tool. Or if you are developing these models in Excel, then you should have a very good knowledge of Excel. Then you can develop the models in Excel. Two things to be remembered. First, modeling on Excel can be learned only through practice, practice, and practice. Excel has a lot of advanced features. Of course, we have a lot of other advanced softwares. We have a software like R, we have a Python for as far as concerned the financial analytics. But still, the Excel has also a very good software. Of course, it is not as advanced as like Python and R, but yes, you can do it a lot of work even only in the Excel. And Excel, you require practice, because there is a lot of advanced options are there. If you not practice, then you will forget it. Second, modeling on Excel is a fun, so enjoy it. Why Excel? One of the most appealing aspect of Excel is its ability to create dynamic models. We can create dynamic models in Excel. Dynamic model uses formulas that instantly recalculate when you change the values in sales that are used by the formulas. I hope we all are aware about that feature. Excel, once you set some certain functions, certain models, certain formula you have applied, then it is by default, it is in nature dynamic. Dynamic when you will change certain values in the input sales, then automatically in the result sales, it will change. So it is considered as dynamic modeling. When you change values in sales in a systematic manner and observe the effect on specific formula sales, you are performing a type of what if analysis. So what if analysis is an advanced feature of Excel, and that I would like to explain you. In our every step of life, we have a kind of what if. So what if analysis is a process of asking such questions as, what if the interest rate on the loan changed to 7.5% rather than 7%? Or what if we raise our product price by 5%, what will be the impact on demand? What will be the impact on profitability? So in every step of life as well as in business decisions, we have so many what if analysis. Of course, in a normal way, we can predict something, but Excel what if analysis will provide you in-depth analysis with facts and figures. So if you set up your worksheet properly, answering such questions is simply a matter of plugging in new values and observing the results of the recalculation. Excel provide useful tools to assist you in your what if endeavors. So what if analysis, with the worksheet you can easily answer some questions like, what if I can negotiate a lower purchase price on property? What if the lender require a 20% down payment? So what will be my loan amount? What will be the EMI amount? What will be the changes in my overall interest amount? What if I can get a 40 years mortgage? Again, a question like, what will be my monthly installment? What if the interest rate increased to 7%? What will be the changes in my interest amount? So these are the various questions which you have it, and Excel can answer it easily. In Excel, there is a 3 type of what if analysis. The first one, manual what if analysis. Second, what if analysis can be applied through the data tables. And third one is called scenario managers. And scenario managers can be applied also through the pivot tables, which will also covered in this session. So directly I am moving on the Excel sheet. I hope Neha ma'am is already forwarded you some data sheets.
Yes, sir.
I would be happy if you can do it hands-on practice with me, so that would be more beneficial. So you can open the file, the first file, which is called mortgage loan. So here you can see that in this Excel file, I have drawn 2 windows. Normally in Excel, we directly insert the values and we calculate so many things. But if as far as concerned, we are talking about modeling. So modeling you can develop like this. There is a 2 windows. One is called input cells. One is called result cells. So it is all about the mortgaging something. So suppose the product price is 10 lakh rupees. Down payment will be suppose 10%. Loan term, suppose it is a 10-year loan. So the total number of installments would be 120, and rate of interest suppose is applicable 7%. Then we want to know what will be the loan amount, what will be the monthly payment, what will be my EMI, and what will be the total payments, and what will be the total interest in 120 installments I can pay. So first, manually we are applying this what if analysis. So in Excel, by equal to sign, you can apply the functions. So loan amount I would like to calculate. If 10% would be my down payment, so that means loan amount would be my 90%. Excel always it is better if you use the cell referencing for the dynamic model. So C4, I would like to calculate 90%. So 1 minus down payment reference is C5. So it will be 1 minus 10% will be automatically 90%. So my loan amount is calculated 9 lakh. So I have applied simple function C4 into 1 minus C5. So it will be 9 lakh will be my loan amount. Now I would like to calculate monthly payment on my EMI. So in Excel, we have a function, standard function of Excel is called PMT function that I can apply. This function has 3 variables, although it has 5 variables, but last 2 variables is optional. First 3 is mandatory variable. First one is called rate. So rate function, rate is what is the rate of interest. So I select 7%, but as I'm calculating monthly installment, so rate should be monthly. Here 7% is my per annum rate. So I use C7 divided by 12. And per is duration of loan. Duration is 120 installments. So I select C6 cell reference again. And the present value of loan is my C9. So I use minus C9. And this one, and then bracket close, enter. C10 it is. So in that way, it is calculated my EMI. EMI would be 10,449 or approximately 10,450. That is my monthly installment that I can simply calculate with the help of function PMT. I am assuming that many of the participants who are using it may be aware of that function. Now, total payment, I can calculate my monthly installment is C11, that is 10,450 multiplied by number of installment is 120. So I can calculate it. In 120 installments, my total amount would be 12,53,971. If I want to calculate what will be the total interest payment, so I can easily calculate again through the cell referencing only. C12 minus loan amount, that is C10, 9 lakh. So I can calculate my total interest payment in 120 installments would be approximately 3,53,000. So in that way, I have calculated this simple function EMI calculation with the help of function PMT function. And now again, it is a kind of a what if analysis. I can simply apply what will be the changes in my monthly installment if rate of interest will be suppose 7.5% in future in place of 7%. So I'll just change here 7.5%. So I can see that my installment would be increase up to 10,683 and my interest amount will also increase. In place of if number of installment would be not only 120, suppose if it will be 144, then what will be my EMI? So in that case, my EMI would be 9,497 and total interest payment would be 4,67,000. I can easily analyze it. Of course, the functions can be applied, but you can see that here it is a kind of a simple modeling we have done it. We have designed two windows. One is called input cell, another one is called result cell. So easily we change anything, then we can calculate it. Suppose down payment would be 20%. I can see what will be the changes in result windows and what will be the changes in my monthly installment. So again, it is a simple model we have developed by using the simple functions in Excel. And that is called a kind of a manual what if analysis. Yes,
Excuse
any
me, sir.
question?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you repeat once again, sir?
Okay. So you can see that input cell, all information is there. I'll again insert 10% and in number of installment would be 120. I calculate first loan amount. So loan amount would be my purchase price minus 10%. So 90% would be my loan amount. So 1 minus 10% I have applied. So automatically it will be C4 into 90%. So my loan amount would be 9 lakh. To calculate monthly installments, Excel function is called PMT. Please type it PMT. You can see that standard list of functions will be displayed. PMT is on top. Press tab key, you can select that function. That function first variable is called rate. Select rate, that is 10%. Because my installment, it is in 120 installment is monthly installment. Therefore, C5 should be divided by 12, comma, ANPR is called number of installment. So I select C6, that is 120 installment, and again comma, that PV present value is called
Sachin,
my
sir.
C10. So I use minus C10.
Hello.
Sachin,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, instead of C5, you should select C7. I think you made a mistake.
In place of
C5.
Sir,
Rate
the interest rate
7.5.
is 7.5%. The cell is C7, I think.
right. Fine. You are right. Sir. Total payment would be monthly installment, that is C11 multiplied by number of installment, that is C6. And then total interest payment, I can calculate C12 minus C10. So my total interest would be calculated. Is it clear? Any doubt?
Participants, any doubt?
No, sir. No, sir.
Can
So
I
clear.
move?
No, sir.
Can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, little bit more advanced. For this what if analysis, we can use some data tables. Standard what if function of the Excel. So I'll share the another file. Let me open that file. Mortgage loan data table. File number 2. I hope the file is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, the same example I am using here. So first, quickly, I calculate again the result sheet. Here, again, the same example, purchase price, suppose 8 lakh, down payment 25%, loan term is 120 installment, and interest rate is 6.5%. So again, the loan amount would be calculated this into 1 minus C5. So remaining amount is 75% is 6 lakh rupees. I can use function PMT. Rate is C7 divided by 12, comma, ANPR is 120, comma, present value is C10. Total payment would be number of installment into installment amount, and total interest payment would be total payment minus loan amount would be my interest payment. Now, at your right hand side, you can see I have drawn a table. Of course, if I change one figure, suppose if the rate of interest would be 7%, what will be my EMI? I can see it. What will be the changes in monthly installment? But I would like to draw a table which show me parallelly if right from 6% to 8%, what will be my EMI on all these different rate of interest, increasing from 6% to 8% and increasing by 0.25%. So here I have drawn a table and we can see all this function. We can see this, all the installment at one point of time for different rate of interest, what will be my EMI. Normally अगर यदि आप बैंक में जाके कभी कोई प्रोडक्ट लोन पे लेते हैं और पूछते हैं what will be my EMI, so you can see that बैंक वालों के पास एक चार्ट होता है. They have a one chart from which the different installments for the 1 lakh loan amount for different rate of given is given it. And from that chart they calculate if EMI for 1 lakh rupees for specific rate of interest is this, then suppose you are taking a loan for the 10 lakh rupees, then multiply that installment by 10, and they suggest you, they explain you that would be your EMI. So that chart you can prepare in Excel. What will be the EMI for different rate of interest? And that we will calculate with the help of standard what if function in Excel. Now in this first, it is an art because it is an array function. So I have prepared this table, and you can see that first column, the rate of interest is given increasing by 0.25%. The first row I have given, the second column heading is loan amount. Third column is called monthly installment. Fourth column is called total payment, and fifth column is called total interest. So I use again cell referencing with the help of my result sheet. For this calculated result, loan amount is 6 lakh, and I'm using the cell referencing C10. Monthly installment is 6,967 and cell reference is C11. So I'm using the cell reference C11. Then total payment cell reference is called C12 and total interest is C13. So as a heading, I have just used these cell references. Now, before we apply what if analysis, first I select this table, entire table. Then I move on option data. In this data option, you can see that there is a group of command which is called forecast, and there is an option which is called what if analysis. Under in this what if analysis, the last option you can see that is called data table. I click on this data table. First, I am applying one input variable data table. So I will use only the one variable, and my variable changing variable is called percentage rate of interest. I would like to calculate the different EMI if rate of interest will change. And in this right hand side table, you can see that rate of interest, it is in the column and it is in the first column. So in place of row, I click on the column input sale. I am not inserting any value in row input sale. So because my rate of interest, it is in the column. So click on column input sale, and in this column input sale, please insert the reference of input sale reference C7 because it is my input sale, input rate of interest, and click OK. Now you can see that automatically for different rate of interest, the different EMI in the third column is calculated. So it is more easier analysis. You can see it here. If my rate of interest will be 6%, my loan amount will be 6 lakh rupees, then my EMI would be 6,661. If my rate of interest will be 6.25%, my installment would be 6,737 and so on. And suppose if my rate of interest would be 8%, my monthly installment will be 7,280. So that is a lot of use of this what if analysis. You can apply in business, like if variable cost will increase, what will be the impact on profitability? In research, you can use it. If one variable will change, what will be the impact on another variable? So that it is very easy. Just a few clicks, you can get easily all these answers. What will be the changes in one variable? What will be the impact on another output variable? As you can see here, we have prepared this loan mortgage table, and changing percentage, what will be the changes in EMI for the loan amount of 6 lakh rupees, it is highlighting. I can prepare this table for the 1 lakh rupees amount. If purchase price is 1 lakh and suppose down payment is 0%, installment is here, you can see it. I hope you are also doing with me. Please do it. In case of any doubt, you can ask the question. Do you want that? Should I repeat this process again?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please repeat once.
Okay. So I deleted again this entire data.
Sir, can you move a bit slower, sir?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
we are not able to grasp.
Yes, sir. थोड़ा सा speed हो रहा है, तो हल्का सा हम slow जाएंगे तो easy हो जाएगा.
Fine, Neha ma'am, surely. Okay, once again, I repeat entire process. First, again, I am applying what if analysis with the help of a standard what if function of Excel, and I am using one input variable data table. So first, I have prepared this table. I hope all the participants have this table. From the output table, I select loan amount 1 lakh. So cell reference C10, installments cell reference is C11. It is very important. Without that, you cannot apply what if function. Then total payment C12 and interest payment, the last total interest output reference C13. So this is my column headings: loan amount, monthly payment, total payment, and total interest payment. Now, once I've inserted this data, now to apply what if function, select the entire table, move on data tab in Excel, then forecast group. There is an option which is called what if analysis. Click on it. Then third option is called data table option. As first I am applying only one input variable data table, and my input variable, it is in the column form. So I click on the column input cell, and column input cell, I select this rate of interest from my input cells. That is C7. And then just click OK.
Sir, in row that we have to keep it empty.
Which row?
Sir, when you clicked on what if analysis, sir,
Yes. Because right now we are using only one variable. I'll move on the second example how to apply row also. So
Okay.
why I'm selecting only column? Because I would like to see the impact of changing of the rate of interest on EMI, and my rate of interest, it is in the column.
Yes, sir.
So I select column input cell, and I select this rate of interest from my input cells C7. Keep it blank, row input cell. Right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. As such.
Any question? Any doubt? Any participant?
No, sir.
No? Okay. Now, I'll move on more advanced feature of this what if analysis, and that is called two input variable table. Two input variable table is basically if I change two variable, for example, if my percentage will also change and my number of installment will also change. If two things will be changed, then what will be a kind of my installment that I would like to evaluate. So I'm taking another example. And I'm moving on again on my PPT.
Formula drag me.
Okay. You can open the file. I request you please open the Excel file, which is called cold calling marketing. Normally, we knew that we are getting lots of call every day, and these most of the calls from the financial service sector, and they would like to sell some financial product, credit card, debit card, or some special schemes, discount offers. We are getting so many calling, we are getting it. And that is the concept of cold calling marketing. A company provide a list or provide a database to their sales team, to their calling team. They have a target that number of calls should be done in one particular day, and in 1 month there should be a number of minimum call, and they should try to convince the customers, which is not existing customer of the company, but maybe prospectus customer in future, and they have to convert into the actual customer to purchase the product of the company. So that suppose if a company is going for a cold calling marketing, a company wants to conduct a cold calling promotion to sell its product. Cost and profit details are following. Calling cost per unit is fixed cost. Rupees 0.28 per call is a kind of a calling cost. Main power cost per unit. Suppose if one person calls less than 3 lakh, then cost will be approximately rupees 0.20. And if it is more than 3 lakh calls, then cost will be reduced, and that would be rupees 0.15. We assume suppose response can be between 1.5% to 3%. So if 3 lakh calls will be there, and suppose really 1.5% customers really converted who are ready to purchase the product, then what will be the actual profit? And the gross profit, which is a fixed profit if you sell that product. So approximately 18.5 rupees is the kind of a profit before this cold calling. So cold calling, the cost, if you deduct, what will be your net profit that you would like to calculate. So again, I'll move on my Excel sheet. And there is a file which is called cold calling marketing. Already some calculations are already done here. I hope the file is visible to all of you. Neha ma'am?
Yes, sir.
File is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again, it is input sales and parameters is as output sales. Suppose number of calls are 3 lakh in a month. A response rate, we are assuming suppose 2%. We want to calculate if there will be a 2% response, then what will be the profitability? So in the parameters, the first thing is called call cost per unit, which is given in the question, that is called 0.28. Main power cost per unit, because it is in the 2 slab. So I have applied what if analysis. You can see here this what if analysis. I'll zoom it this window. Again, if analysis we can apply. In if analysis, I am assuming most of you will be aware there is a 3 variable. The first variable is basically a kind of a condition. So this is the condition in the if variable logical test. If B4 is less than or equal to 3 lakh, then after comma, This is if what should be the output if condition is true. So if condition will be true, then call cost will be 20 paisa. If condition is false, that means B4 has greater than 3 lakh values, then in that case it will be 0.15. So suppose if I'll click here 3,50,000. So you can see main power cost per unit will be, per call will be 0.15. Response rate, suppose if it is a 2%, so I have calculated 2% of 3,50,000 or 3 lakh. I have given the name of this sales. Again, it is a very good function of Excel. In place of using the cell reference, you can name it the particular sale or name it the particular range. I'll explain you. Just select here 3,50,000 and retype it here in this cell. Whatever name I have given the name here, that is called response rate and number of calls. I have given this name to these two particular cells. So automatically I reapplied it here, equal to, I select this, multiply by this. You can see automatically name is there, number underscore sales multiply by response underscore rate. So calculated, it is 2% of 3,50,000 is 7,000 will be response rate. The benefit of naming of sales or the range is that no need to remember the particular cell reference. Anywhere in this sheet, you can use this name of the sale or the range of the sale, and then calculation will be much easier. That is the benefit of naming the particular range or particular sale. Profit per response, it is given it 18.50. So I can calculate the gross profit. Response rate will be 7,000, that is 2% of 3,50,000. Profit is 18.5, so B10 into B11. So my gross profit will be 1,29,500. I can calculate it. I have calculated here. Then the calling cost, there is a two cost, call cost and main power cost. I have added this B8 plus B9 multiply by number of calls, that is 3,50,000. My cost will be applicable to my number of calls. So B8 plus B9, that is 15 plus 28 multiplied by 3,50,000. That total cost would be 1,50,500. What will be my net profit? 1,29,500 minus 1,50,000. So my net profit is negative, that is 21,000. So if number of calls will be 3,50,000 and response rate will be 2%, then my net profit will be negative. I can see. So if suppose response rate would be 2.5%, I can be in the profit of 11,375. So that is a kind of a example that we are applying, and input and output cells we have applied. Any doubts so far here to any participants? The example and these calculations is clear before we move forward on two input variable sale?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
To all the participants, this calculation is also clear. Have you applied it?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? No? Okay. Now, in that case, I have two questions. Number one, if response rate will be 3%, but number of calls will be only 2,50,000. If response rate will be 2.75%, but number of calls will be 2 lakh, then what will be the impact on profitability? So if both will change, number of calls as well as a response, what will be my net profit That I would like to know. So not only one variable is changing, if two variable is changing, and it is a very simple data analytics, but it is very useful data analytics in the business. I would like to, if I'm spending certain money on marketing activity, what will be the expected output? I would like to take a decision whether I should go for it or I should not go for it. So now, here is I have again prepared a table. You can see it at one side in this matrix, in the column heading, it is a different response rate, which is started from 1.5% to 3.25%, increasing by 0.25%. So first response rate, suppose if it is only 1.5%. Second is, suppose if it is increased by 0.25%, 1.75%, 2%, 2.5%. So again, and you can see that I have again applied Excel referencing first variable in this first value in cell F4. It is actual value 1.5%. Then I have applied the function F4 plus 0.25%, then G4 plus 0.25%, and so on. You can do it. It is easily, you can do it with the help of just dragging. You can calculate it. All right. And in column side, I have inserted if number of response from 1 lakh to 3,25,000 increasing by 25,000. So if what will be my profit? If number of calls is 1 lakh, then 1,25,000, then 1,50,000, and so on. And here in this remaining matrix, I would like to calculate the profitability. I am interested to knowing if my number of calls will be 1,25,000, and if suppose response rate will be 2%, what will be the profitability? I would like to calculate here. So here I would apply what if analysis two input variable table. So here first I select again, like in one input variable we have done it. First select the table including column heading and row heading. Then click on again data option. Again what if analysis. Again I apply data table option. Now I will insert value in both row and column. Row, the value is, I can see that in row input. So in my row, there is a response rate. So from input cell, I select a response rate. And you can see that in my column, it is called number of calls. So column input cell, I select B4, which is called my number of calls. And then click OK. So actually it is right now 0, 0, 0. So in this table, you can see that this cell E4, which is the first cell of this matrix, will be required some certain input value. So I insert equal to my output from the parameters window net profit, and net profit cell reference is called B14. So I select this B14 and then enter. Now you can see that output. I have applied here conditional formatting. If value is negative, then this value should be in the red. If value is positive, then it should be in the normal font color, that is black color. So now you can see here very easily, that is called a simple data analysis. I can see this if my response is number of calls is 1 lakh, and if percentage response rate would be 1.5% to 2.5%, I'll be in the loss. But if my response rate would be higher than 2.5%, and suppose if it is 2.75%, I'll be in the profit. Or further, I can see that easily, even if number of calls will be 3 lakh, but response rate, if it is 2.5% or less than 2.5%, I would be in the loss. For any number of calls, my profit would start from 2.75% and onwards. So it is a simple thing. If I'm doing this business, if I'm involving in this business, if I'm a manager of any company, I should ensure that my response rate should be minimum 2.75% or above. Below that, I would be in the loss. Any doubt? I'll explain the entire process again quickly. I delete it all. Again, also delete this. You can see this in this table. Please note it that cell, first cell of this matrix, that is cell number E4, is a kind of an input variable cell. I select this entire table. Then I should move on data type. Then I'll move on what if analysis. Then I move on data table option. Again, two input variable. I would like to insert value in both the cells. Row input, in the row, I have a response rate. So I select response rate from my input cells. That is B5. Column input cell, there is a number of calls. That is B4. Okay. So it is actually the 00 value, because in this first cell E12, I have not selected anything. I'll select equal to net profit and then enter. You can see it, the output with just few clicks. Now the entire picture is clear. If I'm going for this marketing strategy, my response rate should be 2.75% and above. Below that, I'll be in the loss. So I can instruct to my marketing team that response rate should be minimum 3% or 2.75% and above. It should not be below that, below from 2.75%. Or if it is, I am assuming the response rate will be below 2.75%, then I'll think twice whether I should go for this kind of marketing or not. Because below 2.75%, if the probability is high that response rate will be below 2.75%, then I may be scared to go for this kind of the marketing strategy. Questions? Any questions?
Participants, any question? As such, sir, it is clear. So can we move further?
Fine. Okay. I'll stop at this file and I'll move on the trend analysis, and therefore the one file is with you. Nifty 50.
Financial analytics, sir. Company secretary.
In a stock market data, we know that most of the faculty members are from finance area. So we knew that there is a lot of analysis can be done in a stock market. There is a fundamental analysis, there is a technical analysis, and there are so many tools are in the market, and many experts are using that tools to suggest and to forecast the stock market value. But it is right or wrong, that is a different issue. But even in Excel, you can apply simple trend analysis to predict to forecast the future values. So I've taken the example of stock Nifty 50, which is the future derivative product Nifty 50. You can trade it in future market. This is the actual data, the latest data. I have taken it. The file is with you. This is the closing price of Nifty 50, and this is approximately 19 observations. And this closing Nifty 50 data is right from 15th February to the last trade date value, that is called 12th March. Last Friday, the market Nifty was closed on 15,030 points. Now I would like to predict what will be the expected Nifty closing price in the coming week, that is starting from today, 15th March to 19th March. So I would like to forecast. So trend analysis is a standard function in Excel which help you in this forecasting. To apply the trend analysis in Excel, again it is an array function of Excel. So first you need to select this entire range. Again, it is an art. It is not most of the time. If you are selecting single cell, then only single value will be calculated. But I would like to calculate this forecasted value right from 15th February to 19th March. Therefore, better to select entire column. Equal to, please type trend. So that trend function will be displayed. Press tab key. You can see there are three variables in this trend function: known y, known x, new x. So on y-axis, normally we type it this dependent variable, and that is called known y is my closing Nifty 50 values, comma, known x is my 15th Feb to 12th March, comma, my new x again from 15th Feb to 19th March. Now don't press enter, as it is an array function. You need to press three keys. Anybody can explain me which three keys? Array functions?
Control Shift Enter.
Yes. Control Shift and Enter. Press all these three keys parallelly. Then you can calculate it easily. And you can see that your forecasted value are calculated here. I don't know what is today's market. I have not checked. So it is expected that it will be little bit declining in the market price. I draw a line chart. I select these two columns. I'll move on insert, and I simply draw the line chart. Now you can see that trend analysis simply here it is kind of a indication that stock prices in the coming days may be minor decreasing side. You can see that blue line is the actual prices closing Nifty 50. Forecasting is a forecasted line. You can see that it is little decreasing. So there may be a minor decreasing in the prices. A little bit. I can do more analysis. I can calculate the difference. Difference analysis normally we do in econometrics, and which is called error term. And error is nothing but it is called the difference between actual and forecasted value. So I calculated this difference as error term. In this actual difference is I can calculate max value. I type it here, max and mean. I apply function max, and what is the maximum difference from this data I would like to see. That is 268. Minimum, mean, that is that difference will not be applicable on this forecasted value because there is no actual value. So I calculate once again max difference of up to 12th March. Mean value from D3 to D20, and that is minus 481. And I can see that my expected next Friday value would be in this chart. I can see that if I click on this red line last point, I can see that it can be this end of this week, market prices can be decreased 14,937. And I can say with the help of this simple trend analysis, there is no guarantee that this prediction would be right. But based on simple trend analysis, and if all other conditions, if market condition will remain constant, then I can say that the Nifty 50 can be move up to approximately for 15,000 point or a 14,931 point, and it can be in the range of plus minus 265 to 480, plus side 260, minus side it can be 481, and I can see that minus figure is a bigger figure, so it is more expected that prices can be decreased. Again, we have not applied any other sentiments, we have not applied any technical analysis, we have not seen any fundamental parameters. It is just a simple trend analysis prediction, and I can say if all other conditions will remain constant, if there will be no further changes in the sentiment, then this can be kind of a market condition. Simple trend analysis. You can give this kind of the project to your students with the help of this Excel. They can apply trend analysis on import. They can analyze the import trend of the particular product, export trend of the particular product. They can analyze the trend of gold prices, silver prices. They can predict the trend of inflation rate, interest rate. So many kind of the trend analysis. We can do it with the help of this Excel function. Any question?
Participants, any question?
You can see that today's Nifty is minus 100 points. So we can say that this trend may be continue.
Okay.
So this today's trend is right now I can see the Nifty 50 is closed on 14,900 29, and this system, the trend is showing value 49.51, so approximately here near to this price. Yes, sir.
Right, sir.
Any question? I know few participants. Kapil, do you have any question? Jay, sir?
No, sir, no
Gagan,
question.
sir?
No question, sir.
No question, sir. No question.
No
Completely
question.
agree with you.
Yes, sir. So, can we move on next?
Yes,
Any
sir.
other participant? Okay. Now, one of the most important.
So there is one query from Hitesh, sir. Is any minimum data required?
Trend analysis will require minimum 5 observations. Below 5 observation, it is not correct to apply, and trend would be more accurate if your sample is definitely larger. But there should be a minimum 5 observation should be there.
Okay, sir. I hope Hitesh, sir, it is clear. Yes, he had mentioned. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. I'll just share my PPT again. Just wait it. Okay. So Neha ma'am, can we continue?
Yes, sir.
Working with reports. I'll open the file from the data files. I'll suggest you open 4th number file, bank accounts. Okay. Report generation. Of course, in business management, business decisions, we have to prepare variety of the reports with so many parameters. Management want to change it and they would like to evaluate so many things. So Excel has a beautiful function which is called pivot tables. So introduction to pivot tables. The pivot table feature is perhaps the most technologically sophisticated component in Excel. With only few mouse clicks, you can slice and dice a data table in dozens of different ways and get just about any type of summary you can think of it. So pivot table, with the help of pivot table, you can generate variety of reports, and this variety of reports you can change it by simply changing few variables, moving from row to column and column to row, and you can generate variety of outputs. A pivot table can create frequency distribution, cross tabulations of several different data, dimension. In addition, you can display subtotal and any level of details that you wanted. So if you want any subtotal, you want gross total, you want to remove subtotal, all these things you can do it with the help of a pivot table. So I suggest you please move on Excel file. I'll share Excel file, and that file is 4th number data table, data file, which is called bank accounts. You can see that in this file, there is a 6 columns. Just Please give me a minute. In these 6 columns, column number 1 is the date. Column number 2 is called amount. This is a detail of a particular month of a particular bank, which day the particular new account is open and how much amount is deposited. So second column is showing the amount, which is an opening amount of the particular account. Column number 3 is highlighting the account type, and there is a 4 type of the account. The first one is called FD, which is called fixed deposit account. Second is called current account. Third is called saving account. And fourth one is called RDA, which is called recurring deposit account. So which type of account it has been opened? Who has opened? It is opened through the internet banking, or it is opened by customer by going in a particular branch. So it is open through the internet banking or open through the branch banking. In which branch it is open? There is a 3 branches. One is called central branch, another one is called west side branch, and a third one is called north county branch. Who has opened this account? It may be opened by an existing customer who has opened the new account, or it may be opened by a new customer. So this table has a 1 month information of a particular bank, which date the account is open, how much amount deposited at the time of opening, what kind of the account is open. It is open through the internet banking or branch banking, and then who has opened this, which branch this account is open, and which customer has opened, existing customer or new customer has opened this account. Now I'm interested in many type of the questions, like what is the daily total of new deposit amount for each branch? How many accounts were opened at each branch? And I am interested the account type, which type of the account opened and how much amount deposited. What is the rupees distribution of the different accounts type? What type of accounts in branch open most oftenly? How does the central branch can be compared with 2 other remaining branches? In which branch through internet open most current account for the new customers? So the top management of a bank is interested for answering of all these questions, and that you need to be answer these questions by using this data set only. So yes, we can answer all these questions easily with the help of creating pivot table. Pivot table is a kind of a feature through which you can generate the variety of the report. So first I'll explain you how to move on the how to create a pivot table. So first I'll suggest select any cell of this data set, then click on insert tab, and on this insert tab you can see left hand side corner pivot table option is visible. So just click on this pivot table option. I hope you all are doing with me. Then this pivot table pop-up box will be open, and you can see that select a table range. So again, this table I have given this range name is called table 1. You can see here the name is mentioned table 1. So no need to describe the range, you just write it table 1 here. And I want this reports in the another sheet, new sheet. You can select the existing sheet, but I would like to create these reports on the new worksheet. So by default, it is on the new worksheet. Click OK. Now, once I click on this OK button, you can see that new worksheet is open, sheet 1, and right hand side pivot table panel is open. In this panel, you can see that The column headings is in the top panel: date, amount, account type, open by, branch, and customer. And at the bottom side, you can see the 4 cells are given it: filters, columns, rows, and values. I can drag it, these my column headings, my variables in these 4 cells, and I can generate automatically variety of reports. I'll show you. First, I move on this amount into the value cell. And then I'll move on this account type into the row. You can see that automatically some output is there. I can see that in 1 month, what is the collection of total amount and account type wise this information is there. I can see that total amount collected through new current account open, that is approximately 15 lakh, then FD 31 lakh, then RD account it is approximately 2 lakh, and saving account it is 16 lakh 89,000, and total bank has received deposit through the new account openings covering all these 4 accounts, it is 65 lakh 35,772 rupees. I can move this branch into the row. So my information, it is in form of the different branches. I can see it. What is the total collection of central branch? What is the collection of North County? What is the total collection of West Side? I can see it easily. I can also move opened by into the rows. So I have a more better information. Current account opened in a particular branch, and it is open in the branch inside, or it is open through the internet banking, and what is the amount collected, the information is generated. I would like to know about the customers, so I drag this customers into my filter option. You can see at the top the customer is there, and by default it is all is there. You can see at right hand side corner there is a drop down option, and in this drop down option I select existing. So I have an information of existing. I can easily change the format of table. I move this account type into the column, and I move the branches into row. So my report format is changed. I would like to remove this branch from here, so I can. I want customer should be in the rows. I'm also not interested in open by, so I can remove it. So I'm getting information how many existing customers opened new account, what is the total amount under 4 heads, and how many amount I have received through the new customers under these 4 different accounts. I can see it. Any doubt, any question? No?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Moving forward, I click on this opened by also into the rows. But temporary, I am not interested in customer wise information. So in my this top panel, I remove this checkbox from the customers. I am interested again in customers, so I can click it. So instead of drag it and remove it from the bottom panel, you can just remove checkbox. So you will get all this information easily. You can modify your information easily. Okay. More modification. I'm not interested in total amount, but I'm interested in number of account. So in value section, there is an amount, and this amount is summarized by sum. In place of sum, I am interested in the number of accounts. So I right click on this drop down option, last option in this menu, which is called value field setting. So I just click on this value field setting and I can see the variety of options are there. In place of sum, I select count and I click OK. So I have information in a month, the total 712 new accounts are opened. I'm interested branch wise, so account type, I remove it and I click branch into the column. So I'm getting information. Central branch is the most successful branch, which has opened 362 total accounts. New County branch opened 193. West Side branch opened only 153 accounts. I can see that my existing customers are opening more accounts. So I can conclude that my existing customers are satisfied, therefore also opening new different type of accounts in the bank. Am I right? I'm interested in average amount. So I click amount, value field setting. In place of count, I select average. So average of amount will be there. So whatever information you wanted, you can get it. Max, mean, even standard deviation, count number, product, all these informations you can select it. Any doubt? Okay. Now, the moment I select any cell, in my output data, you can see at the top there is a two more contextual tabs are there, analyze and design. If I click on design, you can see the standard, so many templates of the design. Whatever format you want it, whatever color you want it, you can easily select it. No need of any special formatting will be required. There are so many standard designs are there. You can select any design, whichever you wanted. So even as far as concerned, the formatting of report, there are so many standard formats are there. You can select any format. More modifications in this data set. Again, I select any cell. In the design option, in layout first group, which is the first group layout, you can see that subtotal and grand total. I'm not interested in grand total. So of the rows, grand total for all the rows and columns, it is hide. Again, I select design, grand total, on. You can display it. In the same way, if you want to highlight the subtotal, do not show subtotal, so subtotal will not be shown. If you are interested in the subtotal, again, show all the subtotals. I am not interested in column headers. You can. Okay. If you click on Analyze tab, you can see that you can create the chart also. There are so many options, but again, that field setting option is also here in active field. And if you click on this field setting, all that options are also available here: count, average, max, mean, whatever you want. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we move on certain questions. Okay. Suppose the question is this. Try to answer it. What is the daily total of deposit amounts for each branch? Please generate the report. Participants. What is the daily total of deposit amount for each branch? If you select any cell in this output data, the pivot table panel will be seen. Okay. Each branch. So I need branch here in the row. Daily total deposit. That means date wise I am interested in information. So date should be in the row, branch can be moved in column. And value section amount should be there and it should be summarized by sum. This is the answer. Daily total of deposits amount for each branch. So 1st September, total of central branch, total of North County, total of West Side, and grand total. If you are not interested grand total, you can hide it. From where I can hide it? I can hide it from design, grand total off. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? No? Okay. Now I'm floating second question. As it is the workshop, there should be some hands-on practice. How many accounts were opened at each branch broken down by account type? Please do it. What you will do, Kapil? I remove date. Branch, I move into row. Account type into the column. Amount should be in the value section and it should be summarized by count. How many accounts were opened at each branch? And account type I also on grand total. So total would be also displayed. Central branch total 362, not counting 197, west side 153, and the bifurcation of 4 different account is also there. Participants, I hope you are getting. Can I move on next? Neha
Yes,
ma'am?
yes, sir.
Okay. Next question. What is the rupees distribution of different account type? I want information like how many accounts open between 100 to 500, 500 to 1000, like that. I first remove all these things. Amount field into value section, and it should be summarized by count. Then again amount field into the row section. In row section it is 100, 124. So I right click in row section, click on group option. So in group option you can see that starting from 100 ending at 90,000 by default last value is taken, and win value I'll describe difference of 5,000. Okay. Now you can see that the number of accounts for the amount which is 100 to 5,099 is 255 accounts open, and so on. How many accounts in which amount we have received more than 85,100 to 90,100. There are 3 accounts open and total 712 accounts are open.
So we created a range.
Yes, we have continuous series we have developed. It is a kind of a frequency we have calculated. Further, if I want the total of amount also, so once again I can drag amount into the value section once again, and second option of amount I can summarize by the sum.
Okay.
So in one column I am getting the information of number of account,
and the total
and
of
in second
amount
column, I am getting the information of total amount. Am I right? I hope you are understanding the benefit of using pivot table.
Yes, sir.
Okay, few more questions. Participants, I hope you are comfortable, you are learning. Now, next question. What type of account do branches open most oftenly? Normally, branches में कौन सा account सबसे ज़्यादा खुलता है? Now, in previous question
sir?
frequency, yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
there is a question in the chat box. Can you repeat the grouping aspect?
Yeah. Right. First, amount I have moved on the value section. Then again, amount I have moved on the row section. Once the amount it is in the row section, select any cell of the row label, right click. Option is called group. So by default, it is taking a starting amount from the lowest amount, ending amount as highest amount. Now this bin value, we called it bin value, it should be 5,000. Whatever interval you want it.
So we can put a cursor on any of the values.
No.
You have put in the 4th, 7th. Yes, this one.
Yeah. Right click, then insert this data.
Okay.
Last, if I want the continuous series by the gap of 2000, you can see it. Now you can see that we are generating this information with the help of only one variable, amount. Only the single variable we are using, amount, and we have calculated this frequency. The count, the total, as well as the frequency, and we are using only one variable, that is amount. I hope now it is clear.
Yes. Yashwini ma'am, sir, I hope it is clear. Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving on, next question. The most common account opened by all the branches. Please try to answer this question. What type of the accounts? I'm interested into the account type. So in account type, I move this account
Into
type
row.
into the row section. Opened by, I move into the filter option. And amount into the count option, and it should be only, I move this average, remove this average account. Count. Right? So I can click on this opened by, there is a all, I can select branch. So branch wise information is there. In the branch, maximum account is opening current account through the internet banking. Again, the current account is opening highest 180. I can see this. I can see this. RD account is lowest 18 in the internet banking as well as in the branch banking. That is only the 10 account out of 248 in including all the branches. Again, current account is the topmost account which is opening by maximum customers, maximum new customers. FD is the second, saving is the third, and RDA performance is poor. So I have to work on how to increase number of ID accounts in the branch as well as in the internet banking. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving on. Next question. How does the central branch can compare to the two other remaining branches? Please calculate how many accounts are opened by central branch and how many accounts are opened by remaining two branches. Account type, I move into row. Branch, I move into the column. And yes, I'm not interested in the grand total. So I remove it. Okay, now the question is compare the central branch with other two branches. So the two branches together, I want information. So here it is the information, how many accounts are opened by central branch, county, north county and west side. Okay. But I would like to sum up north county and west side. So select this north county and west side, right click and click on group. And click on this group, minus sign convert into plus sign. Actually, I delete this question first. No. Now you can see that the central branch open 53 current account, whereas remaining two branch together open 46 account. FD accounts opened by central branch is 36 account, whereas remaining two branches total is 35. RDA is central branch 1, whereas other branches 9. Saving account is 37. Remaining two branches open 31. So I can see that the central branch is performing very well. In 3 accounts, it is the total performance is better than remaining 2 branches together. The 2 branches are not opening so much account which are opening by this central branch. Only RD account, the 2 branches are performing better than central branch. I can see that. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, one more question. In which branch through internet open the most current account for new customers?
So we'll keep branch and this row head.
Yes.
We'll change. We'll shift, we'll drag branch into row head, right?
Yes, correct. Branch should be into, yeah. It can be a row, right? Amount into value section summarized by count. Then I move this customer. I first filter option, clean it. First customer should be into the filter option. Then open by also into the filter option. And then account type also should be into filter option.
Okay.
Now,
so therein we can select.
Yes. I'm interested for new customers, so select the new customer. I'm interested for the account type, only the current account, so I can select current. And open by I'm interested internet, so I can select internet. Okay. Now the answer is there. Through the internet, internet banking, current accounts, open by new customers in 3 branches, information is there. Central branch open 26 account, North County 16, West side 10.
Right, sir.
Is it clear? So
Yes,
I hope all the participants have understand the use of pivot table, the variety of report you can generate it with a simple slice and dice and with a simple clicks, the variety of reports you can generate it with a number of formats, the standard formats you can select and you can do it. One more important pivot table options I would like to explain you. I share another file, sales by date. This file, you can see there are only 2 columns, date and sales. And this is 2 years per day sales are there. 1st January 2018 to 31st December 2019, per day total sales is given it. all 365 days, 2 years per day sales is there. Assuming that company is doing business 24/7, no off, no Sunday holiday, no other holiday, and every day there is a sales, 2 years data we have it. Now I want to generate the report month-wise sales, month and year-wise sales from this daily sales. Again, simple, I can generate this report with the help of pivot table. Again, select any sale, then move on, again insert, click on pivot table, and I click OK. Now I move this date into row section, uncheck quarter and year first, then sales into the value section, and you can see right now I have some information. Please uncheck quarter and year in this pivot table option. But right now there is a problem. January total sales is there, but it is a sum of 2 Januaries, January 2018 as well as January of 2019. Now I want to change into year wise. So select January or any sale in the first row label, right click, click group option, and only select sales, month and year. With the help of shift button, control button, you can select these two options. As you can see on my screen, selected only. You can generate quarter wise, but right now I'm generating report month wise and year wise. Now you can see that every month and year wise, 2018 all 12 months and 2019 all 12 months data is there. Am I clear? If I want quarter wise information, again right click, group. In place of month, I select quarter and year. So I can compare easily the 2 quarters outcome. I can click on the charts also, and I can see that the chart bar 2018 quarter and 2019 quarter. You can modify the chart as normally we do it in Excel. In the same way, if you want to change headings, bars, then we can do it. Right. So I hope you understand the Excel features as far as concerned data analysis, as far as concerned the business decisions. We can do it a lot of work in Excel. Of course, the advanced software is required for many advanced tools, but without any advanced tools, so many small analysis we can do it in Excel, and we can take some better decisions in day-to-day business decisions. Even as far as concerned the teaching, you can explain all these tools to your students. You can provide them assignments, and a student would be also benefited, and students can also improve their Excel analytical skills. So any question from the participants at the last? Any question first?
Excuse me, sir. Can
Yes.
you please repeat the Nifty 50, the working, because I'm not getting the answer after 5 cells.
You are not getting the answer of?
Answer means the entire answer I'm not getting.
Sir, after 5 cells, actually the selection of that cell
Yeah, it is
particularly
a array
maybe
function,
right.
sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So can you see on my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I delete quickly all these things. This chart, this difference. Okay, I delete this forecasting. Sir, it is the array function of Excel. So first select this entire range forecasting, right from cell C2 to C25, then right click, then type train. If you type TRE, the trend function will be displayed. Tab key, known Y, please select this Nifty 50 actual data, that is from B2 to B20, press comma, known X on X axis, the date will be required, and known date is up to 12th March. Right click, and then new X is right from 15th February, I am selecting 19th March. Then it is an array function, so don't press enter. Shift key, control key, and enter key. Then you get this answer. Then rest, I think you can do it. You can calculate max, mean, difference. You can prepare the chart. You can do it. I select these two columns, move on insert. I select this line chart and you can see it. I hope, sir, it is clear.
Ah, yes, it's clear.
Now you are getting?
No, still, sir, only 5 cells I'm getting, but I don't know.
Can you share your screen, sir?
Not, sir, at the moment. I will not be able to do that. I'm trying in a different laptop. I'm working, and through mobile, I'm actually seeing your seeing this.
I suggest you, sir, these all lectures we are also recording on our YouTube channel. Dear all the participants, all these sessions will be recorded, and it is also the live display on our YouTube channel. You can note it, IBMR IPS Academy. You can search it on a YouTube channel. These lectures have a live streaming on YouTube, and this recording of all these sessions would be also available in future also, and any other person can also refer it. So you can see this recording later on in future, and you can do it again, step by step process once you see it, this lecture once again. And definitely in case of any doubt, you can call us. So again, we will be happy to guide you further.
Sure, sir.
बस प्लान ऑन है ना अपना प्लान ऑन है ना
So before ending, I would like to show you one clipping. Just wait for a moment. I would like to show you the small clipping of movie Chenkuli Ki Mankuli. Before I show you, might be you have seen that movie. In that movie, 13-year-old boy, which is living in the orphanage, he is very fond of cricket and he would like to be a very big player. So normally he play cricket with his orphanage his friends, And one day he got a very old bat, and he assumed that this is a Kapil Dev bat, and Kapil Dev has used this bat in 1983 World Cup, and that bat has a magic. And with that bat, once he started to play, he performed very well. And once upon a day, the coach and selector of Indian cricket team saw him, and he was very impressed while he was playing and hitting the ball. So he select him for Indian cricket team, who is playing immediately one series with the Pakistan, and India is almost about to lost that series. So he select in Indian cricket team by using his power into the national cricket team, and while that Karan used that bat, and he also performed very well even at the international game. But suddenly one day, his one of the orphanage friend Raghav destroyed that bat, and now India is in the final match, and in which India want to win. And Karan, because he lost that bat, उसका बैट किसी ने तोड़ दिया है, destroy कर दिया, so he is not confident. He was assuming that because he was performing very well, because there was a magic in that bat, उस बैट में मैजिक था इसलिए वो परफॉर्म कर रहा था. So now he is scared that he cannot play very well because he has no talent, but because of magic in that bat, he was performing very well. Now this is the last match, last over, and it is a last wicket, and he is scared. So see it, what happened at the end of this movie. I'm showing you. I hope voice is there.
Come on, come on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Move, move. Come on.
बहुत ही डेंजरस बॉल थी वसीम की. आई होप करण इज नॉट सीरियसली इंजर्ड. और अंपायर वसीम को वार्निंग देते हुए.
वसीम, हम हारे या जीते देखा जाएगा. We play fair. You okay?
मैं नहीं खेल सकता वरुण भैया, मैं नहीं खेल सकता. मुझे यहाँ से जाना, मैं यहाँ पे नहीं रह सकता. मैं एक 13 साल का छोटा अनाथ बच्चा हूँ. मैं फास्ट बॉलर्स को नहीं फेस कर सकता.
तुम क्या कह रहे हो? हाँ, क्या हो गया तुम्हें?
I'm sorry वरुण भैया, वो राघव ने मेरा मैजिक बैट तोड़ दिया, और मेरे मैजिक बैट के बगैर मैं कुछ नहीं हूँ.
Listen to me, करण. उस बैट में मैजिक नहीं था. मैजिक तुम में है. तुम्हारे विश्वास के बिना वो बैट कुछ नहीं था. Believe in yourself, करण. Believe in the magic in you. मैंने देखा है वो मैजिक. हम सब ने देखा है. Come on, करण. Come on. You can do it. Come on, son. You can do it. Come on.
So dear participants, that's a message. I like it, this movie very much, and that's a wonderful message is giving it. Believe in yourself. Believe in the magic which you have it. You can do it. Of course, many times practice will be needed, but there is no other magic will work it. The magic which you have it will work it. So believe in yourself. Believe in the magic which you have it. That's it from my side. Wish you all the best. And if you have any question still, I would be happy to answer it.
Thank you, sir. Actually, believing in oneself is a great mantra of success, which we all should follow. Anyways, thank you, sir, for being such an amazing instructor and gave us a wonderful lesson of how Excel can help us to simplify our analysis through using very dynamic tool, namely what if analysis, and how pivot table can assist us to have an answer of our particular query. Amazing, sir. You explain us a tool which can surely help us in future. So extending the session, I request one of the participants, Mr. Rajat Soni. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay. Can you turn on your video, please, Rajat sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me, for giving a thank of vote in favor of Dr. Mittal, sir.
Yeah,
Very
Rajat sir,
warm evening.
hold for a while. I want to introduce yourself as well.
Okay.
So
okay.
he is a research scholar from Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Allahabad. So Rajat sir, over to you, please, sir.
Okay, ma'am. A very good evening to our respected speaker, sir, Dr. Sachin Mittal, sir, and all the member of organizing committee of this STTP program, and all the participants who are participated in this program. It is my privilege to give a vote of thanks in favor of Dr. Mittal, sir, and also acknowledge his contribution in this STTP. We all know that Excel is a very powerful tool, but in this session, Dr. Mittal sir illustrate that how the Excel worksheet can use for managing and analyzing the business as well as the financial data for inferring the managerial interpretation. In this session of STTP, we have also learned the advanced usage of different Excel functions. And the way, I have one compliment, sir. The way you finish the presentation or the way you finish the session is very enthusiastic for not only for me but all of us. This is it was very interesting. And sir, once again, I just want to thank you for your wonderful session, for your wonderful contribution in the field of academic in this STTP program. Thank you all. Thank you all the respected organizing member and all the participants once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ranjan ji, for your words. Piyush Ranjan ji ko jante hain aap?
Yes, sir. He was professor in our department, but he was retired at the end of 2020. I think maybe last year.
Right. He was my PhD examiner.
Oh, okay, sir. Oh, wow. It was very interesting to know this fact.
Yes.
Actually, the Piyush Ranjan sir was very motivating person for all the member of this my department in MNNIT, and we all learn him from very various things, especially the etiquettes.
Right, sir. Right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Rajat ji. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Sachin sir, once again from the complete STTP team, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And thank you, dear all the participants.